enjoy, lebih gampang merasa puas dan senang dan bahagia kalau kemauannya kita memang it's simple and not so much gitu. Sering sekali orang tersiksa karena tasnya dia bagus banget, aku juga mau, kenapa aku nggak bisa dia bawa mobil yang mewah segini, aku juga harus pakai
Iya,
mobil itu.
pertanyaan-pertanyaan gitu.
Yeah, and also like the attachment gitu kan. So when we have these very simple needs, it's the little things. Kayak tadi Chelsea bilang, mungkin itu bisa lihat burung atau bisa lihat kupu-kupu atau like just seeing the sunrise or breathing, like well in the mornings, and then you find gratitude. Dan juga seperti aku bilang tadi, ya sih kita harus sadar juga bahwa ada banyak orang yang lagi susah sekali, dan untuk mereka memang lihat burung aja is like, of course it's not going to bring them happiness. So that's again another topic, and of course as you know, I do fight hard for making sure that we can uplift those who are in challenging situations also. Tapi juga banyak orang yang tidak dalam keadaan yang seperti itu, tapi tetap tersiksa dengan emosinya sendiri.
Iya, iya. Karena kembali lagi ke dalam pikiran kita, ke dalam mindset, terus how we view things, gitu. Bagaimana kita view it, gitu. Karena when we view it differently with others, pasti banyak banget kesan dan ibaratnya maksudnya kalau kita berpikir negatif selalu, ya itu akan selalu keluarnya negatif. Tapi kalau kita melihatnya dari sisi positif, it's always gonna be the positive side, the happy side, the brighter side gitu. And I think that's just how we view everything. Jadi bagaimana kita melihatnya gitu. Jadi how do we react to it?
Perspektif itu yang penting sekali, karena kalau ada 5 orang di dalam satu ruang, kita kasih lihat cup ini. Tapi orang satu lihat dari sini, yang satu lihat dari sana, jadi perspektifnya beda.
Different angle. Yeah,
different angle. Dan mereka akan bawa pulang a memory of this cup, semua beda-beda. Tapi bukan ini yang beda. Yang beda cuma perspektif. Dan juga itu sama dengan kejadian di dalam hidup kita. And we give one person the same experience, or 5 people the same experience. Ada yang bilang, wah, I learned so much, Itu memang challenging banget, tapi aku juga belajar banyak sekali dari kejadian ini. Ada yang bisa, selama hidupnya mereka bisa komplain. Ingat nggak, waktu itu saya sempat gini-gini, wow. Tapi the situation wasn't different. It's the perspectives, right? So kalau kita ada the tools to learn how to shift our perspective is something that's so powerful. And tadi Chelsea sempat bicara mengenai gratitude. Dan gratitude itu sebetulnya banyak orang mungkin bisa pikir, wow, it's a bit cheesy, or what can that do for me, right? Like, who cares about what I'm grateful for? Tapi kalau kita lihat di neuroscience and psychology, it's showing us that those simple acts of gratitude on a daily basis really can shift our minds. Jadi aku mau nanya, Chelsea, do you actually have a gratitude practice on a daily basis? Like actually or journaling your gratitudes?
Sorry, Kak. Sorry, the connection.
Okay, sorry. Do you, aside from feeling grateful, do you actually have a practice of writing? Apakah ditulis, di journal gitu?
Okay, self-gratitude probably, like the practice of gratitude. I believe that the acts of gratitude could be practiced every day, and then by the I don't actually keep a journal, but sometimes I just make like short statements, and then probably I like to make poems yang pendek-pendek kecil-kecil gitu. Jadi kadang-kadang suka nulis aja when I feel like I want to write. But I always think that in the morning it's really important for us to have a prayer. Jadi setiap pagi we pray we have a moment to ourselves, and then before we go to sleep, we also say thank you for the day. Jadi probably it's more to the prayers for self gratitude. Jadi lebih dalam juga, ketika kita berdoa, kita bisa mendengarkan suara kita sendiri, kita share to God, and then di situ sih I feel like that's the act of gratitude that I always keep. Dan itu dari kecil, soalnya diajarin sama my family that we always have to pray in the morning, and then when you want to sleep, you pray again to thank for the day. Jadi itu sih kalau untuk aku pribadi.
Itu kasih kesempatan untuk refleksi dan juga untuk setting motivation for the day ahead juga sih. And it's so important because without these pauses, everything kind of just, you don't stop to reflect and adjust. Karena if we're just going blindly like this in every day, it's like we need to, like everything else, we need to fine tune the car, we need to adjust the way that we parent, we need to shift the way that we work, right? Jadi dalam hidup kita juga nggak mungkin kita pikir like anything we want, some things that we want, we have to work for, right?
Yes, of course.
Masa
Kita harus
happiness,
berusaha.
well-being, berusaha. Kita harus berusaha. Apa yang kita mau, biasanya kita harus berusaha. Tapi untuk happiness,
Harus ada
well-being,
usaha.
we feel like it's just gonna arrive. Tapi itu nggak mungkin. Kan? We have
Berarti
to
semua juga ada usahanya, juga ada effortnya, ada niatnya juga.
Yes. So Chelsea, I'm going to ask you, what causes, because I know that when you wake up and you have purpose and you have perspective, that makes a difference also to your well-being. And purpose is something I feel like it's such a wonderful gift. If I could give this gift of serving others or having a purpose every day to others, I feel like it's one of the great keys to happiness and well-being. What is it? What cause are you currently involved with that you're supporting at the moment?
There are several causes that I am helping at the moment, and one of them is actually for the Papua kids. So I am working with kitabisa.com. Jadi di situ aku bekerja sama dengan kitabisa.com dan juga waktu itu terakhir dengan Taman Bacaan Pelangi, kita memberikan buku untuk anak-anak di Papua agar mereka juga mendapatkan edukasi gitu, karena terutama di saat seperti ini ya, karena mereka mungkin banyak yang tidak bisa ke sekolah, di sana juga nggak ada internet, maksudnya susah untuk belajar online gitu. Maybe in other parts of the country banyak yang punya internet koneksi gitu, banyak yang bisa belajar virtual, banyak yang bisa belajar online gitu, tapi di sana memang susah banget untuk belajar online karena koneksi internetnya nggak ada gitu. Jadi di sana akhirnya kita kirimin paket pembelajaran, tapi kita fokusnya di SD gitu, jadi kelas 1 sampai kelas 6 SD. Itu ada beberapa paket pembelajaran, ada kurikulumnya, misalnya untuk matematika, untuk menggambar, untuk bahasa, terus ya kita sih lebih focusing on the education aspect, karena I was thinking that gimana ya di sana kondisinya gitu, karena kalau di sini kita gampang banget, kita bisa access to the internet is really easy gitu, itu gampang banget untuk buka internet dari handphone dari manapun, tapi di sana memang kondisinya beda. And ya untuk saat ini sih aku memang lagi fokus di edukasi dulu gitu, dan di Indonesia bagian timur.
It's so wonderful because education is really is the key,
True. I agree.
for so many issues, like when you educate girls, they get married later, they higher probability of stepping out of poverty, they have less children, and they're better become better leaders in their community, and education is important also and also the type of education is also really important, right? But education is so critical, and it's something that I'm deeply passionate about. for so many reasons. I think, you know, there's of course providing education for those who don't even have any access. I think that's the first step, right? And then the next is like, what kind of education are we providing the next generation, right? And then there's the next step, which is like what we're doing with the Contentment Foundation, is supplementing and boosting the education systems that include bukan cuma anak-anak muridnya, tapi gurunya dan juga
Iya,
keluarganya juga. Supaya
iya,
karena untuk Contentment Foundation kurikulum ini, kalau kita lihat dengan kurikulum lain yang untuk emotional well-being, itu biasanya kurikulum cuma buat muridnya. Tapi kalau
iya,
gurunya tidak mengerti hal-hal itu, nggak mungkin mereka bisa ngajar mengenai hal itu.
iya.
Jadi gurunya
Mereka,
harus healthy dulu.
iya, mereka harus punya latar belakang itu dulu ya, harus harus belajar tentang backgroundnya juga gitu.
Yes,
I totally agree.
yes. Because kalau kita lihat di Singapura mengenai guru, ada yang bilang ke aku bahwa di sini di Institute of Mental Health di Singapura,
Mm, mm.
kalau nggak salah, yang ada yang bilang ke aku nggak tahu apa ini benar atau enggak, tapi katanya 50% patient di dalam Institute of Mental Health adalah guru.
Hmm.
Jadi gimana, like and I'm sure di Indonesia juga mungkin agak sama sih stresnya, stress level,
Iya,
because
iya, iya.
similar, right? Competitive, right? Grades. So how do we create healthy school systems and places where we want our children to thrive? Kalau gurunya aja tidak, it's not
Tidak
well.
balance and well, yeah, yeah,
Right?
that's true.
So we have to look at the whole system, and also as parents juga, how we can not put so much pressure on our kids to achieve certain things, because sebetulnya menurut aku, this is just my opinion, apa yang diajar dengan sekolah-sekolah sekarang sebetulnya untuk dunia ini, it's not matched anymore. We don't need the way of learning, and the type of subjects. Bisa tahan in the crazy world, right? So
Yeah,
those agents of change need to have radical well-being, right? So that they can be creative thinkers and innovators, and inventors, and coming up with the world's greatest solutions. So yeah, education is huge. It's
it's
massive.
really important. Yeah.
Yeah. Super, super important. Okay. So I've got a couple of more questions here that I want to ask you. One is, selama ini Chelsea memang di dalam bidang as an actor. How has that shaped the way that you view our world today?
As an actor, I feel like I learned more about characters. I learned more about everything that has been taught in psychology. Karena kalau di acting itu kan, actually it shaped me a lot dari perfilman, dari segi aku harus belajar acting. Aku belajar banyak banget tentang bagaimana kita harus punya karakter ya, maksudnya personality. Dan itu semua menurut aku personality, behavior, karakter itu sangat penting untuk kita sehari-hari. Karena kalau karakter itu sebenarnya harus disiplin gitu. Itu aku juga belajar it shaped me to be a more strict person, more disciplined, dan sebenarnya punya patience juga ya, patience, wisdom, virtue, and then I learn how to be more passionate to my job as well dari situ. Jadi ada pelajaran-pelajaran yang sebenarnya dari dalam hati bisa dipelajari lewat acting dan berapa kali aku bisa menjadi karakter yang berbeda-beda di film. Nah, di film itu misalnya satu karakternya harus marah-marah terus, yang satu misalnya karakternya harus memiliki compassion atau jadi dari situ sebenarnya aku jadi belajar oh kalau jadi orang yang seperti ini tuh seperti ini ya. Kalau sad, to be angry, to be kind. So I realized that from the acting industry, it made me learn a lot, and it actually made me a better person because aku jadi bisa belajar gitu kayak oh ini ya yang harusnya jadi orang yang lebih baik lagi seperti ini atau misalnya this is how I view the world through this character, but acting made me more knowledgeable karena dari acting itu aku bisa belajar banyak cerita-cerita tentang karakter yang berbeda-beda atau dari misalnya latar belakang yang beda-beda, misalnya dari film yang bersejarah atau film yang biopik, film yang drama atau action. Itu sebenarnya di situ kita bukan hanya berperan aja tapi kita beneran we analyze the script, kita menganalisa semuanya, kita belajar benar-benar dalam dan bahkan secara psikologisnya gitu, secara psikologis si karakter ini pun kita juga harus pelajari gitu. Jadi we have to learn deep inside the character's mind gitu. Jadi kita nggak jadi diri kita sendiri, tapi gimana caranya we dive deep into that character. So I think that made me also learn psychology in a way through acting. It's very interesting.
And it feels like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, it is through that knowledge that then we can develop the next step, which is empathy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yes, that's right.
yeah, it's because it's hard for us to feel for some things that we don't recognize or we're not familiar with, and so I mean that's for me it's one of the great challenges selama ini, selama mungkin udah 10 atau 15 tahun, aku selalu pikir what is the behavioral change science or the psychology supaya kita bisa bantu orang pindah dari apathy, itu berarti tanpa empati ya, apathy to empathy, right? And the key really is kuncinya memang adalah knowledge and getting close to something and understanding. And di zaman sekarang ini sebetulnya sering sekali di dalam dunia ini, di dalam community kita ada selalu lebih sering sekarang kita ada kasih batas or we're putting a line, that is you, this is me. Okay, or that I'm this, I'm this and you're that, right? And we forget that we are one humanity. We are one humanity on one planet, and we're all trying to survive, right? And
Yes.
everyone has this basic human nature of wanting to be loved, appreciating being loved, wanting to feel safe, right? And seen and have agency, right? So it's so important that we don't forget about those basic human needs, right? Di dalam
Yes.
our rush to modernize or to become rich or famous or any of those things, because yang paling penting sih sebetulnya buat manusia sebagai manusia untuk kita yang bikin kita happy atau content, it's not those things. those outer things.
And I believe that everybody wants to have a purpose too.
Yes.
That's actually the things that drives us to move forward in our life. Jadi kita driven to do better in the future. We want to misalnya create a positive impact for the society or create new stuff, create everything that makes everything better. Jadi misalnya kayak tadi kan Nadia juga bilang be the agents of change. Itu kan benar-benar kita create a positive impact, inspire others, and actually I believe that we also share our way of thinking, our knowledge, and kalau misalnya dari bahasa Indonesia mungkin kita share aspirasi kita juga gitu. Jadi aku merasa di situ sih kita bisa saling menginspirasi and empower each other. I think it's really important to empower each other and support each other.
100%, tapi harus mulai dari diri kita sendiri. From what I see is you really love to learn and empower yourself with more knowledge. So what is it that's, what are you hoping to learn next?
I hope that by the next time I could learn more about virtue, patience, and wisdom. And I am really interested in the teachings of Buddha. And I feel like I really want to practice kindness and compassion because I believe that everyone has a purpose in their life to make a positive change. And I believe that I should learn from myself first. And I really believe that we can make a change if we make a change from ourselves first. Gitu. Dan ada satu quote yang aku suka banget dari Mahatma Gandhi. I always keep this quote since I was in high school, and be the change that you wish to see in this world. Jadilah perubahan yang Anda ingin lihat di dunia ini. I think that drives me the most to transform, to move forward, and to be more passionate. I really have a strong belief in that quote. Jadi it always empowers me. It makes me recharged every day.
So awesome, Chelsea. It sounds like you're on the right path. I think having a
Amen.
curious, open mind that's always sort of questioning the status quo is something that's so beautiful, and it's something that can't be taken for granted, you know, and you should, at times when you're feeling that anxiety coming, or you know, those waves, right? I think one of the things that you can remember to be grateful for is your mind.
Sure.
You know, and that sense of curiosity that is so important. Then the other thing about the teachings of the Buddha, I think something that's really amazing is that these teachings can be applied across, you know, all segments of society, right? Because you can take it not as a religion, but actually as a philosophy, and
That's
rather
right.
a way of life, you know, because these teachings are really amazing, because what the ancient texts have said, you know, from like 2,000 years ago or whatever, neuroscience today is establishing that those are correct. And it really is, you know, if you dive deep into the Buddhist text, it really is around quantum physics. It's around neuroscience. And of course, the basics are of kindness and, you know, compassion and all of those things are there as well. So I you know, fully support that. And if at any time you have any questions, just let me know. I'd be happy to, big rain, to share with you whatever I've learned over the years, because I've been studying and also facilitating classes on Buddhism, meditation, the science of the mind and its potential for maybe 10 years already.
I would like to have a deeper conversation with you later.
Happy to.
About this. I'm really excited.
Yes. Awesome, Chelsea. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that's coming up for you that you'd like to share, or any questions, or any requests?
Maybe I would like to know more about the Contentment Foundation because I'm really interested and I really want to help. And I hope that I could be a part of your journey too.
Okay. For now or for another time? For now, right?
Yes, for now.
Kalau mengenai Contentment Foundation, kalau sebisanya aku pakai bahasa Inggris supaya tidak salah. Karena itu menurut saya sih Contentment Foundation adalah kurikulum yang sangat penting buat dunia ini sekarang, dan ambisinya adalah supaya kurikulum ini bisa diterima oleh 1 billion students worldwide. Jadi ambisinya sangat tinggi. Dan sudah dilihat dengan banyak a lot of schools, and we are really ranked one of the top 3 social emotional learning curriculums in the world. Dan Contentment Foundation itu sebetulnya mulanya dari Yale University by a doctor named Dr. Daniel Codaro, who is a specialist in human emotions, cross-cultural psychologist. And the cross-cultural psychologist part is so important because of the ambition to reach 1 billion students worldwide, right? So we need to know how we can adapt the curriculum as we move into different cultures, different languages, different countries. So this curriculum juga kalau kita bisa lihat Bhutan, contohnya Bhutan ya. Kalau Bhutan, banyak negara sih mereka anggap sukses itu pakai GDP, right? GDP, right, is their success. But in Bhutan, it's not GDP as a measure of success. Measure of success in Bhutan is GNH, Gross National Happiness. So in Bhutan yang penting adalah kebahagiaan, the happiness and the well-being of the community, not how financially or the growth of the country. So in Bhutan, they heard about the Contentment Foundation curriculum, and it's now rolling out to at least 50 schools worldwide, and that is to help them to achieve their gross national happiness mandate, which is absolutely amazing. Considered the happiest country in the world, and yet they're using Contentment Foundation curriculum to attain that happiness for them. It's in some of the most challenging places and communities in the US where it is prone to violence and shootings and suicides, and it's been really, really helpful in those schools as well. And then also looking at moving into New Zealand, we have a couple of schools in Singapore. So I think we're in about 6 countries at the moment, also in Malaysia. So it is my dream to be able to bring Contentment Foundation to Indonesia, and we have some pilot schools who are running the program in the bilingual schools. So untuk sementara sih kurikulumnya masih dalam bahasa Inggris, tapi harapan saya adalah supaya kita bisa translate it to bahasa
Indonesia.
Yes, so we can go far and wide, and as many kids can get access to this curriculum as possible.
That's really great. That's amazing. And I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yes. Me too, really. And this is just the beginning, Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Thank you so much, Kanadia. Thank you for the opportunity, and this is such an honor for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you also for all of the work that you're doing.
And I want to congratulate you for your book launch. The Walk With Me.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Thank you for inspiring. Thank you for always inspiring us.
Thank you also. You carrying on the baton. It's all good.
Yes. We are in this together.
We all are. We really are. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. God bless you.
You too. Bye, everyone. Bye, Chelsea.
Bye. Bye, Kanadia. Bye, everyone.